Hello, I'm back again with another video. So what can I tell you? I've been on one of my adventures again. I saw I've had this desire or a need to actually get myself a new sewing machine. I was going to get myself a brand new Singer heavy duty modern sewing machine so that I could sew through several layers of denim. In fact, they're sold as denim sewing machines, you know. But I was kind of doubtful because I'd read a few reports from people who were basically shedding a negative view on them. They were basically saying that they were made in China, that you could never really beat an old sewing machine. So it kind of piqued my interest a little bit. So I went to investigate, and it was around about the time that I decided that I wanted to try and make dog collars out of webbing. And in particular, I want to embroider on them because I've got an embroidery machine. That's another story. There's several stories that connect these stories together, and I still haven't got to the point where I want to achieve what I set out to achieve. But nevertheless, I wanted to embroider telephone numbers. I wanted to personalise the dog collar with telephone numbers of the owner, so that if the dog got lost, you know, the finder would see a phone number on the dog collar. Or sell it with the word security on it for a security dog, or if the dog was aggressive, you know, do a red one with aggressive on it. So, you know, if it's running down the road and somebody goes to stroke it, they'd say, oh, aggressive. You know, because I think there was a market for it. Anyway, I tried to sew one, and it came out good. But the problem was that my existing sewing machine wouldn't sew through 3 layers of webbing. It struggled with it. It was an effort, and I couldn't get a clean stitch. So my research revealed that the old Singer sewing machines would sew through these several layers of leather, denim, polypropylene webbing. It wouldn't have a problem with it. So I went to investigate more, and I watched some videos, talked to people online, and my findings were overwhelming. That these Singer sewing machines would tackle it fine, because they were old, heavy machines with metal cogs, not nylon cogs like they make them today. Not that the nylon cogs are poor, it's that the old metal ones, iron ones, are stronger. They go that extra mile, if you like. I don't know. I haven't actually used one yet. So I went running around the country looking for one, and I found in my research I discovered something which they call a featherweight. So that's another story. I drove to the other side of the country and back to get this featherweight. That's at the back. That's a different story. In the meantime, I'm still looking for a machine. I'm homing in on the machine that I want, and it came down to a machine which they call the 99K. But the one I really want is a 201K. But there are a lot of other types. But the one I want is a 201K. It's supposed to be the holy grail of sewing machines. It'll do exactly what I want it to. It's an industrial machine. Yeah, it's in a domestic setting. You can carry it about the house if you like. They're also set in, you know, the old treadles and that kind of thing, trestles or tables or what have you. But another machine that they made is the 99K. The K stands for the fact that it was made in England, the UK, I think, Glasgow. But it's called the 99. In America, they refer to them as the 99. Over here, it's the 99K. Same machine. They had a factory in America, Canada, Australia, and in England. They all have their slight variations in specification, but essentially they're the same machine. And what I found was that there was a bit of a cult following for these old machines. And the more I looked into it, the more I realised the beauty and the quality of these machines. And then I started reading language that was basically describing them as engineering masterpieces. Sews through leather like butter. Things like that, language like that. I thought, wow, you don't hear that kind of language on a modern machine, but you do on these old ones. So I went looking around and about, and I saw that those people who were prepared to send them through the courier system or something like that were asking top dollar for their products. And those that were cheaper were for buyer to collect. Of course, if somebody's selling one in Aberdeen, for instance, buyer to collect, you've got to live in Aberdeen. That's why it's cheap. If it's same in the Midlands or Birmingham, if somebody's selling it buyer to collect, they sell at a lower price because the market is smaller, you see. Anyway, I saw a post or a listing on eBay. Buyer to collect, job lot of sewing machines, 4 of them from a charity shop in Sutton Coldfield. So they wanted £160 for these 4 machines. I looked at them. The 2 of them seemed to be what I was looking for. The other 2 were hand cranks. One of them is beautiful. It's an old Jones. It's got all gold writing on it. It's a hand crank. I don't want a hand crank. I want electric one. I've got that in the car. And the other one was the same as this, a 99, but it has a hand crank. Again, it's not what I want. So I've got that at the back. But the other one is a 99K Centennial, I think, something like that. It's got a black badge at the front. And this one I've got here is got a gold badge. And I've discovered that this one, I believe, was made in 1937. I'm going to show you in a minute. Made in 1937. I think there was 16,000 of them, or 40,000 of them made in that year. The other one at the back was made in 1954, I think it was, and there were 16,000 plus of those made. And they're gorgeous. They remind me of the Featherweight. The Featherweight's such a cute little sewing machine that this is not far off it. But my understanding is that these machines here were made by Singer for the manufacturing trade when they outsourced the work to home workers, and they possibly gave these machines to women who sewed on their behalf from home workers, outworkers. They're semi-industrial, and everybody says that they will sew through 3 layers of webbing, 4 layers of webbing, 5, even 6 layers. I've seen videos where they've sewn through 6 layers of leather. They've had no problem at all. The machines, when they're cleaned up and oiled and serviced, I mean, you see some people that strip them down, clean them all up, and then put them back together again. And you hear how they sew, and they go like this. They go, they purr like a cat, like that. That's how they sound. But my other ones, I can't make the noise that they make because they're so bloody noisy. It's like a, I don't know. It's a bit like I can't describe it. I can't make the noise. I can make this noise because it's got grace and class. That's how it goes. When I, all being well, when I get it together again, when I make it up, I'll do some sewing on it and I'll attempt to sew the webbing. But I'm going to basically just have a little look see, because I've got some old. I'll show you in a minute. I've got a box here of goodies that's from the Featherweight, right, machine that I've got. The reason why I pulled it out is because it's got a brush. It's got a little brush. I love a little brush. Oh, I'm on the wrong side there. That's the brush, right? I'm going to use that just to give it a little sweep out inside. I bought a toothbrush, right? What I really need, if you've bought one of these sewing machines, the first thing that you discover when you get it is the smell. There's a horrid smell. I can only describe it as council house smell. Hey, you snob, you're thinking, no, I'm saying to some houses you went to, they smelt like this. Certainly when you go to a charity shop, they smell like this. Turns out that the box that they're in, the glue that they used in the box to hold it together, eventually it kind of goes off and it leaves this horrible sort of smell. I can only describe it as a council house smell. Beans on toast smell, you know? Snob I am, ain't I? Anyway, it's got this smell, and you've got to clean it down. However, the problem with it is that I think they call it the Japanning, right? I think the Japanning is when they heat it up and they drop it in oil and it goes black. This isn't like that. Although they do use the term to refer to some of the machines with Japanning on it. I don't think this is Japanning. I think this is straightforward paint. But I think on top of it, I'm pretty certain on top of it is shellac. And what everybody's saying is, whatever you do, do not put water on it, because it kind of, it frizzles and it kind of crinkles all up and starts to lift away from the machine. What they say, which is why I'm not going to do a clean on it, proper clean on it today. What they say is to clean it with WD-40 or some other lubricant, but not water. So I'm just gonna wait until I get some WD-40 and I'm going to use that. And I've got some cotton wool pads. I've got some Q-tips and things like that, and I'm going to use that to slowly clean it up, take all the grease off and the grime off on the outside. Although there isn't much, it doesn't seem to be much, but I need to clean it to get rid of the smell. And the wooden parts, I'm going to wipe down with a microfiber cloth, and I'm going to vacuum the inside out and all that kind of thing. But I want to just initially have a look inside the machine. I've never ever done this before, ever. I've seen videos on what they do. I'm just going to have a little look inside and pull the plate away, because I rather suspect that there's going to be a load of lint, fabric, cotton thread in there. I want to get that out. That's why I'm going to use this brush and the toothbrush if I need it. And I've got a little, look at that lovely little Singer's oil can. There's still oil in it, not a lot, a little bit of oil, but there's several sweet spots where I've got to basically just put a bit of oil, and hopefully I know it works because I switched it on. The light comes on, and I've pressed the foot presser, and it works. But I don't want to put it through any stress until I've oiled it, because I don't know when it last oiled. But you look at this machine, and to me, it looks like it could have been purchased, used a few times, and then put in an attic for 40 odd 50 years. It still looks fairly relatively brand new to me. So without further ado, I'm going to give you a little show you what I've got. So here we go. That's it. This is my little 99K. Can you see it? I can't see what you're seeing at the moment. It's got scrolling on there. That's the plate. I've got to take that plate off and have a look inside there. And that plate down there, I've got to take that off. There's the light at the back. This is the light. And there's the motor. There, look. There's the motor. So it's got a stainless steel chromed wheel. Got to always pull that towards you, never the other way. I can't remember why. It's got a little box here, look. Right, take that off. It's got a few bobbins in there. I've got to clear all that out. See, it smells. There's not a lot of goodies in there, but the other machine I've got has, because I remember I've got three more machines. They've got lots of goodies. You know, with this one, for instance, got lots of little feet, different feet. Here's another one. I mean, look at this one. I don't even know what that one is for. I've got to research and read the book. This is from the Featherweight. This is the Singer Portable Electric Sewing Machine. Instructions for the 221K for family use. Apparently they're very basic but adequate guides on how to use the machine. But that's for the for the Featherweight. This one, I'm just going to position this. Let's see if I can tilt that down a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Got that right? No. There. There. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we find. Okay, you can see that there. I might have to tilt that a little bit. There you go. Let's have a look and see what. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I saw that. You can pull that way, and that's as far as it will go. If you want to take it off, you've got to basically then push it. Have I got to lift that up? Lift that up. Is that up? Yeah. It's got to go. How do you do it now? You pull that way. It won't go any further. Oh, then you lift it up. That's right. Do you lift it up? No. Salt. Maybe it's like that. And then it comes out. No, it's not wanting to do it that way. Okay, so that's as far as I'll go. But here, if you push that little button there, apparently that comes up. So let's have a look and see. Okay, maybe I'll do it this way. It's got a plastic bobbin in there. So it's obviously been used recently. That looks like a 66K bobbin to me, because I sell these plastic ones. I can bring it to focus. Is it in focus? I sell these by the 100. Okay, that looks fairly clean to me, doesn't it? Look, see? There's a little bit of lint in there, but I don't know how to get all that out. I've got to go and watch some videos. But there is, yeah, there's a bit of thread there. I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest with you, but the best way to learn your machine, yeah, I can see there's lots of lint down there. The best way to learn your machine is take it apart. I'm not going to do any more. This comes off, but it has to slide that way. That's because that's in the way. So, if I take, oh, there you go, lift that, no, that's down, up. Oh, I can take the needle off. I can take that off. That's the thumb screw, they call it a thumb screw. And it kind of, hold on, why won't it come out? There you go, there, that, oh, so that stays on like that. It's that comes off like so. And then this little fella here unscrews, okay, there, that, there, and then I should be able to take the needle out. Yeah, there you go. Right, let's tighten that back up again. Okay, so then maybe I can take, well, how does this go then? So lift that there. Ah, that's it. I knew it was something like that. Right. Okay, that lifts there. This comes up over, and then all this should pop out. So let's have a look. Yeah, look, what a master. Then this should come out. Okay, that puts it back in. But if I can get in there, I can get that lint out there. Okay, I don't need to do it just yet. Let's have a look at this. This has got to unscrew a little bit. Can you see that there? Let me just tilt you back a bit. Hold on. There. To that. There. So loosen that. Okay, just a little bit. And then this plate should come off. Undo this thumb screw. And then that should come off. Maybe I have to take the thumb screw out altogether. This one off. Hold it. Lift that out. There you go. That comes off there. And then we're looking at the inside of it. Let's have a look. I wish I had a torch. I haven't got a torch, have I? Have I? No, I haven't. But let's have a look. Let's move this a bit further down so we can get a better view. Is that? Yeah. Okay. Well, that looks fairly clean to me. Let's have a look and see. We don't look too dirty at all. Bit of dust. Looks very clean. Probably just needs oiling. Like I said, to me, it appears, I'm not an expert, but you kind of know. An educator gets it. This looks like it's hardly ever been used. I mean, I've seen some videos when they've taken this plate off and it's covered in crap and dust and oily grease. This just needs greasing, I think. I've got to get that out there. I think that's all it's going to need, you know, is an oil. I mean, it would be a lovely project to strip down and basically oil up, you know, and clear, I mean, really clean. But it seems to me, it's just got a bit of gunk on there. It seems to me that all I need to do is give this a really good clean on the exterior and an oil. See, there's holes here, there. There's various holes. You just basically drop the oil can in, you know, the oil. Wow, it's amazing. Okay, so This is my 99K. You can see here where it's had use. Don't know if you can see that. Let's have a look. I'll come back a bit. We'll put that down. Here, there, where I'm running my finger, it's been worn away. And it could have something to do with water getting there. But I can't imagine why water would go there. But it's possibly something to do with running, like somebody's got wearing a ring, or one of these feet, one of these things kind of goes on there. You see, something like that goes on it, and it acts as a kind of a plate for some reason. It'll be for some kind of stitch. You see, look at that little fella. You can see it. Where am I? There. Look at that one. Looks like a binding one to me. Binding foot. Anyway, yeah, it'll go on like that. It'll go on like that. So it could have something to do with the fabric running through here. But anyway, I'm not bothered about that, really, to be honest with you. Some people spend a lot of money and time on making them look sort of as clean and brand new as possible, but for more like showpieces, for me, I want to use it. I want to use it to sew. What a lovely little thing. Amazing. Beautiful little thing. I mean, it's only small. Look how small it is. I can just basically lift it up again. I mean, that's the size of my hand. You know, they're tiny. Tiny little things. I'll put it that there. Hold on. Hold on. See, like that. Look, this is the bobbin. It's a bobbin winder. That has to come off somewhere like that. I don't know how it releases that. Is it this? Is it that? Ah, there you go. That's to engage us, is it? Or is it? Oh no, you push that down. That locks it. That releases it. Down, locks it, releases it. So that must be when it's engaged. Yeah, it is. That releases it. And somewhere along here. Where's the tension thing then on this? There's tension there. But where's the... It hasn't got like a lever. Okay, possibly the other. I think the other one has. Oh, is it that? No, that's just holding the motor on. This needs tightening up a little bit. Can you see? Okay. Anyway, so that is at 22 minutes I've been talking. So that is. Oh, let me sit down and straighten this up. That's the 99K. I've got to put it back together again. I've got to get some WD-40, give it a good clean, good wipe down, and then I've got to watch a couple of videos to learn how to thread the thread. I don't know what thread it'll use. I'm sure it'll just straightforward polyester thread will be fine, or even cotton thread. But I've got to set the tensioning on it, and I've got to do a bit of practice on it. I've got to plug it in. Really, I should get it pat tested because I don't know when the last time it was that it was used. But everything seems fine on it to me. Looks like a beautiful, lovely little machine. On Sunday, I shall oil it all up and have a little go and practice with some webbing. See if it'll sew through the webbing. I'll make another video to test it. And then when I've done that, I'll get the next one out. And the next one is the same as this, but it's a later model. It was made in 1954, and that's 99K. It actually says 99K on it. And I think that's got one or two slight subtle differences, not a lot, different badge, but basically the same kind of machine. Also, again, in great nick, seems very, very clean. The other one is a Jones. It's a hand crank manual. It's covered in gold decals, gold painted work. I saw that it was, I think it was 1880. 1880. It's 140 years old. It looks like, Mamash, it looks like it was just made yesterday. It looks brand new. It comes in a big wooden box. There's a couple of things broken on the wooden box. No, it isn't actually. It's sealed, it's fine. But I haven't got any space to put it. I've got to find some room to put it down there. I'll probably, when I've organised all this here at the back, I'm going to redo all this. I'll probably put them on display, a few of them, just so that they can make an impression, positive, good impression when people come in here. But I want to use them. I want to make these dog collars and dog leashes, and I want to sew fabric around the webbing, and obviously for other things I want to do quilting with it as well. But so that's my latest my latest acquisition. I'll make another video of the featherweight because there's a story behind that. There's a story behind how I got hold of the V3. It's a brother embroidery machine called a V3. They're currently about £2,200 brand new. I got it for 400 quid, brand spanking new, never been used. I mean, absolute bargain. Legitimate, genuine doorstop purchase from somebody who was getting rid of it because they didn't have any room in their house. And so she'd persuaded her husband to get her the next model up, which was both a sewing machine and an embroidery machine in one. So she could have two machines in the one space. And so she'd got rid of this V3, and I paid 400 quid for it. Absolutely amazing. Of course, when I got it home, I had to learn how to use it. And if you want to do your own designs, you've got to have software. The software costs £1,000. So I set about basically learning how to use that. And it all because I wanted to do quilting. I still haven't done any quilting. I want to do some quilting, and I saw a video. It's Creepscope, you see. This is the problem. I saw a video on doing quilting, and one of the panels that they were making, it was a quilted panel. I know, an embroidered panel. And I realised that you could embroider a panel of fabric and use that in your quilt. I thought, that's what I want to do. Of course, I didn't realise or appreciate how sophisticated the piece of work was, you know, what was involved in actually getting there. So I looked at it, I thought, I could do that. I could do that. And of course, you know, I set out to achieve that. I will, you know, figure it out. I will get there with it. I'm not far off. I recently made these with it. I was showing a customer yesterday. I forgot all about them. This is out of some old denim, and these are, I think, little patches of. See that? I did that embroidery applique. So you see where the square is all the way around. That's where I'll basically cut. That'll be the board. I'll cut that down to be that square, if you like, and that'll be the patch. And I'll sew them all together to make a quilt out of denim. And I've done that one, and I did that one. So it's actually that there. I did that one. Whatever I did in the Star David, I also did in the heart. So it's just to see, you know, it's there like that. Old denim jeans, basically. So that's those. I've got to finish that. I've got to go back and make some more, and I'll stitch them together. Maybe I'll use the 99 to do it. That would be nice. Yeah, why not? I'll finish it off with the 99 because it will definitely go through the denim. I won't have any problem with the denim at all. So there you go. And of course, when you're going to do the patchwork with the denim, how you'll basically sew them together is you'll kind of do face to face, if you like. The two panels will be face to face like that. Sort of, there's the back to back, right? Right, what they call right sides together. And I'll basically sew, hold on, down there, and they'll be together, and I'll kind of like then be able to open them up, and they'll be joined in the center. So you kind of need a decent sewing machine to go through. Though that was just 2 layers of denim. Shouldn't have any problem with it at all, because when these sew through whatever you throw at them, they're just going to go like this. Anyway, thank you very much. I've been talking for 29 minutes and 45 seconds. So if you like my little video and my little update, don't forget to subscribe, like, share. If you want to come back for more, it would be my pleasure to host you. Thank you very much. Goodbye.